can move your face and,
So I can
and be
free.
expressive. Yeah.
It's all about being free and having, so I can look in the mirror and see me, not stuff. And it all has to do with, you know, it's not about the audience. It's all about fooling the other actors into believing that you are who you say you are. Because that's hard when you walk on set and it's a big makeup job, and it makes it hard for them. And I take my entire performance from them. So if they don't look at me and hate me appropriately or love me the way they're supposed to, or find, you know, an old face but see the young one underneath, which is Jim Broadbent's task as Dennis Thatcher, then I'm lost. I don't have anything to go on because I can read that immediately in their eyes, you know?
Yeah, I never thought of it that way, that you have to convince the other actors that you're Margaret
That's
Thatcher.
the whole deal. The whole deal.
You know, I hear a certain similarity between your voice in The Iron Lady as Margaret Thatcher and your voice in Julie and Julia as Julia Child. It almost strikes me as if, and I never thought about this till hearing you in both those films, that if Margaret Thatcher kind of drank too much and started being like surprised and delighted about how her like food concoction was behaving, that she might sound like Julia Child. What do you think?
Well, they had a similar flutiness, especially in the younger. Julia Child had a flutiness.
Yeah.
Which is, and it's also a part of her class. The way that there are women of that time and of that class. We don't like to talk about that in America, but there are classes in America. And she was a class of women who were wealthy, privately educated, went to Smith, moved in that sort of circle. She was conscripted into the OSS, which is the early CIA, which was all filled with Yaleys and Princeton and Harvard people, and a few women who were typing mostly, but also had something to do, and they had a way of speaking. I mean, the last person you would know who also recognized as having a way of speaking is Katharine Hepburn, probably. When I was at Vassar, and I came from a public high school in New Jersey, there was a way of talking that the private school girls had that was different than the way I talked from New Jersey.
Let me play a little bit of you as Julia Child in Julie and Julia. And this is a scene when you're on TV, early in your TV career, and you're making some kind of like mashed potato pancake concoction that you're about to flip. And it's not, it kind of
Doesn't go well.
doesn't go well. It kind of splatters in the air and half of it lands on the stove instead of in the pan. So let's hear a little bit of that. And this scene alternates with you on TV and with Julie watching you on TV.
Amy Adams, yeah.
Yeah, Amy Adams is Julie.
I'm going to try to flip this thing over now, which is a rather daring thing to do.
She finished everything. Before her, it was frozen food and can openers and marshmallows.
Try. When you flip anything, you just got to have the courage of your convictions, especially if it's a loose sort of mass, like, oh, that didn't go very well. But you see, when I flipped it, I didn't have the courage I needed to the way I should have. But you can always put it together. You're alone in the kitchen. Who's to see? But
Curls. Dawn is wearing curls in the kitchen.
just got to practice like the piano. I'm Julia Child. Bon appetit.
I know, I love that because you talk about studying someone's voice as if it's music, and she has such a musical voice.
And she does. And
you
she
know-
has no breath.
Yeah, I was going to
Absolutely
say
none.
that, exactly. It sounds like she's been running up a hill.
She always sounds like that. I feel like that when I'm in the kitchen, don't you? Well, I'm not a very good cook.
Me
but
neither, honestly.
I just,
I believe that's
I find myself-
why delis exist, so that I don't have to cook.
well, I got better after this, and my entire family really did appreciate it.